Hey guys, me again Aswad, and this time I'm going to do a review for movie Tenet. The movie is about time travel. Time travel in a very complex way that on some level is almost bullshit. There is one character said somebody that they shouldn't think too much about it. Okay, so it's kind of like a spy movie, a sci-fi time travel movie, and made by Christopher Nolan. And to be honest with you, this is not my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. I think Inception is better than this one. Inception is still much better. When I think back about it, Inception is much better. This movie kind of have a weird second half onwards, when the time travel kind of things start to kick in, and it almost doesn't make any sense, and it brings in the second half. It brings in a lot of things that were not set up, and I will spoil it because I don't think this is a movie that you should go and risk your life during COVID, because it's such a disappointing movie to me. So the movie starts off very very small, meaning they already choose this one black guy recruited by something to understand that it's some sort of time travel thing happening around them, and it can cause World War III. And this guy is sent on a mission, and then he met Robert Pattinson, which, looking back, it doesn't make any sense where Robert Pattinson show up, how he trusts Robert Pattinson so much in such a short time without having any, takes me out. But you can play along with it because I was telling myself, okay, probably they work with the same agency, but it's nearly not that convincing. And you know what, I swear I try to like this movie, but it has so much of that kind of weird, doesn't make any sense kind of thing that makes me question the movie a lot. So in the third half, the close to the third, 1/3 of the movie, I mean the third half, something weird happened. And in this section, they introduced a soldier out of the blue. They were introduced to this soldier, and then I felt, okay, soldier, I still can follow. And then they bring in an army, and then this army understand the time travel thing. It really took me out. I really felt something off about this movie, because it's so out of the blue, and out of the suddenly there is a British soldier, and then British soldier somehow get entangled with this group with the protagonist, and then there's an army involved. And during the whole battle, you can see this army, this is a spoiler part, where you can see these armies, they were shooting at these bad guys, right? But there's no bad guys. And it is so weird when I was thinking back, okay, first of all, they don't have any introduction whether he's working with the army or working with the SWAT team or SEAL or SAS. We don't know. I don't know about it. And then in the last part, they were fighting. They launched these two armies, landed on the beachfront, and then they were starting to shoot. Who were they shooting at? And I couldn't find that That thing really makes me dizzy. Plot. Like, okay, they have this army ready to fight the bad guys. And all the bad guys have a big army. And there's nothing about that at all. You are not shown the bad guy army and the idea that this army pop up trying to solve this problem. They really took me out. The third part really took me out because I was having questions. Not so much about the time machine. The time machine alone is about crazy. It's bullshit to me. But who were they fighting? I know they were saying that they're fighting bad guys, but you don't see the bad guys. They were shooting randomly, and the protagonist was shooting randomly. You don't see who got shot. Who are they fighting for? Or who are they fighting against? There's no bad guys. The third part was really giving me headache. I kind of understand, but what you are showing is just bullshit because they were saying this enemy, the enemy, and whatnot. And you don't see the bad guy in this movie doesn't really need an army to me because they don't establish it. You know what I mean? It's not the best Christopher Nolan movie. The science is bullshit. You will get lost in it. You will get dizzy. I'm sure fanboys will love this. Fanboys for me are people who love a movie regardless of how bad it is, how bad things are, you know. And I'm not a fanboy of this Christopher Nolan guy. I'm not a fanboy of his. So throughout when I was watching this movie, I kept telling myself, you know what? Inception was better than this. So what's going on? Why are they doing this? So my score for this movie, out of 10, I'll give this 4 out of 10. And I wanted to give it 5, but 5 because he's a reputable, he's a great director, but this movie is so lazy. You are introduced to characters that doesn't make any sense, doesn't have. It's just bad. So 4 out of 10 it should be good enough. Okay, there's another character they met in this movie. This is one character, Indian lady. She's like the leader of a arm dealer. You know, I mean, she's a big boss, and they show Robert Pattinson and this guy going up to talk to the head of this organization. It turns out to be her, and when they were, she's the type of person that can order an assassination anywhere in the world. She doesn't need to be there. She's a big shot character, but in this movie she showed up to assassinate somebody. That scene doesn't suit her character. Her character, she's not the type to go and send assassins to kill somebody. That's my point. It just doesn't make any sense. And the bad guy played by Kenneth Branagh really is not convincing. He's not really convincing as a man, as a billionaire who have an army that control this place in the desert. You can see the trailer. The trailer show they have a war in the desert. Kind of war. I was thinking that was it in the future or whatnot. No, it's happening in the present. But the weird thing about the war, you don't see the enemy. I mean, who are they fighting against? And it doesn't make sense at all, man. Because the good guys have an army which comes out of nowhere. There's no established part that there's an army backing him up, and then they separated. The two heroes, Robert Pattinson and the protagonist, was separated. So they separated and then they joined back in together. Oh, why did they separate in the first place? Why cannot they go into the mission together? Because they know the secret of this time machine travel thing. So it's kind of weird. That part is really kind of weird. And the fact that they were shooting at bad guys that you cannot see, they don't show the bad guys, is really weird. It really takes me out, because I'm thinking like, okay, it doesn't make sense that the Russian, the bad guy, have an army to protect who knows what. It's so the third part really gave me headache, and I really didn't like it. I was thinking of making this video right away. It's like 4 out of 10. Yeah, I wasn't really a big fan of Christopher Nolan, so this movie is not making me a fan. I would say Inception is better than this movie. Yeah, I know some people will disagree with me, but you know what? I'm being honest. I really wanted to like this movie, but unfortunately it fails. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.